And now, the guiding light.
Oh, Jackie, come in.
Hello, Alan. I was just going to use my keys. I didn't know you'd be here.
Well, I hope you're not too disappointed.
No, I'm not.
I was working.
Well, I promise not to disturb you. I just came to pack some of my things.
All right.
I've, bought a condominium on Glenville Drive. Thought I might start packing and, move in.
Well, you're not wasting any time.
No, I'm not.
Well, as I said, I was working, expecting a few phone calls. Where are you going to be?
Here mostly. I'm going to, take a look through the desk and get my books together.
Hello.
Alan?
Yes. How are you?
All right. I was thinking about you. I hope I didn't call at a bad time.
No, I'm glad you called.
I know it's late to ask, but I wondered if maybe you might come over for dinner tonight.
Well, I'd like that very much.
I just got home from the market, and I got... Do you remember those pineapple guavas we had on the island? Well, they had some at the market, and I just couldn't pass them up. It took me right back.
Well, if that's what made you call, I'm glad you saw them. What time?
Whenever you like.
Say 7:30.
That would be fine.
Well, then I'll see you tonight.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
Call from your board of directors, no doubt.
Now, Holly, I told you under hypnosis, nothing can hurt you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, where is the gun?
He keeps it in the desk in the drawer. Ed, I hear Ed calling Roger's name. Roger's eyes. He's frightened, so full of hatred. Ed comes in the door. He sees Roger. Says, I've been looking for you, Thorpe. And I get scared then, and Roger grabs me, and I slap him, and he keeps coming at me. I say, please, Roger.
Wait a minute. What is she talking about? This didn't happen.
Please, I want to come back now. I don't want to go through this.
Now, Holly, Dr. Bowers just entered Thorpe's office. Roger can't hurt you.
No, Ed isn't there. I'm alone with Roger.
Now, Holly, listen to me. We're very close to the truth now. Now, did Roger hit you that day?
Yes.
Dr. Bauer was there, Holly. He said Roger didn't hit you. What are you remembering, Holly? What are you remembering?
I don't know. Something's wrong with the picture. I see it clearly, but it keeps going backwards.
Your memory is going back.
I don't understand this.
I think your mind, your memory is playing a trick. Holly, try to concentrate. You're in Roger Thorpe's office. Now, Ed Bauer has just come in. Roger isn't doing anything to you. He's worried about Ed Bauer.
Yes, that's right. Ed is so angry. I ask him what's wrong. Why is he there? He tells me to leave. He says this is between him and Roger. But I won't go.
Why?
I'm afraid for Ed. I want to protect him. I know Roger has a gun. Hello?
Oh, Mrs. Stapleton. This is Dr. Stearns again.
Hello, Dr. Stearns. Is Rita with you?
No, that's why I called. She hasn't come home then.
No. No, I've been waiting right here, hoping she'd come home or call. Do you think she might have gone to the hospital again?
No, I just checked. She's not there. We'll have to take her off the surgery schedule.
Oh, yes, all right.
Of course, this may mean she's changed her mind about the abortion.
Well, I just don't know.
But if she does plan to go ahead, she should do it soon. We'll have to arrange another date as soon as possible. When you hear from her, will you have her call me?
Oh, yes, of course.
I must admit, I'm not entirely surprised. She was very upset when she was in my office. Well, I'll let you go. Goodbye, Mrs. Stapleton.
Well, thank you for calling, Dr. Stearns. Goodbye.
I thought you had work to do.
I do.
You don't need to watch me, you know. I promise I'll only take the things that are mine.
I'm hardly worried about that. You don't seem very broken up about leaving here.
I'm not happy about it. You don't seem very upset yourself about what's happened between us.
I've had 2 marriages fail. You think that means nothing to me?
It's what you wanted, Alan.
No. It's what you wanted.
Really. Well, you certainly have adjusted well to it.
What did you want me to do? Go to pieces?
No. No, I would never expect that of you. Look, I think the reason that we're taking this so well is because we knew our marriage was a mistake from the very beginning.
It didn't seem like a mistake at the time.
All right, then. I was wrong. I married for the wrong reasons. I should have known better. I'm impulsive, you know.
Why did you marry me?
Oh, I wanted a wedding in the south of France and a honeymoon on a yacht in the Mediterranean. I wanted to meet your titled friends and have my picture in the papers.
You didn't care about any of that.
Well, it didn't work out, so. Maybe it would have if we'd had a family. I don't think it would have made a difference to you, though. I think you would still have gotten involved with Hope. Would have made a difference to me, though.
Well, there's no point in talking about it now, is there?
I suppose not. Do you mind if I borrow this picture? It's one of my favorites. I'd like to have a print made of it.
All right.
Have you talked to Philip lately about our divorce?
I haven't talked against you, if that's what you mean.
And you won't?
Well, of course not. Well, you can ask him. You've seen him since you got back, haven't you? What did he say? I talked against you?
No. And please don't turn him against me. It's so important to me.
Is he the reason you're staying in Springfield?
I don't want to go into the reason I'm staying in Springfield, and I don't want to argue, Alan. There is something I would like to say, if you'll listen.
What's that?
I know you're still seeing Hope.
What do you want to say, Jackie?
I think you and I have come to a point where we know that something is ending, and we're going to have to make decisions about how our lives are going to go. But you're still after Hope, even after she tried to end it. Alan, you're going to hurt her.
Look, you don't know anything about it.
You've done this all your life. You're going to hurt Hope. You're going to make sure that she loves you, and then you're going to find someone else and fall in love with someone else. It's your pattern. I know how it goes. Wouldn't you like to change that? I mean, wouldn't you like to live some other way? You have got a son who is growing up, who loves you, who looks up to you. Do you think it's good for him to see his father drifting endlessly from one quick affair to another?
I'm not having an affair with Hope, quick or otherwise. And he's my son, my responsibility, not yours. I can offer him a good deal more than most fathers.
You think so?
Look, I'm really very busy. Why don't I have Emily send those things to you?
Fine.
And if you find that you have to come back, I'd appreciate it if you do it when I'm not here.
I would rather do it when you're not here, Alan.
You can take the picture if you like.
Thank you. You could go ahead and get that. I can let myself.
No, that's all right.
Bye, Alan.
Hello.
Mr. Spaulding?
Yes.
George Sinclair here.
What have you found?
Mr. Green got on a flight from de Gaulle Airport to New York a couple of hours ago.
When does the plane get in?
About 7 New York time.
Do you know anything about his plans?
No, sir, I don't know.
Well, do you know if he's booked a flight from New York to Springfield?
Well, no, sir, we weren't able to ascertain if the...
Well, look, get someone in New York to meet the plane. I want him followed.
Sure, Mr. Spaulding.
Call me as soon as you know anything. Call me back.
Yes, sir.
I'll expect to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Coming here. He's crazy. He should have died. Would have been easier on everyone.
One once knew, fat one, skinny one. There were two, but the one lived duck with a feather on his back.
Hi, would you like some? Good, turning down cake. Very good.
You know, the least you could have done was learn your lines.
Hey, I think I did pretty well.
Oh,
I
sure.
think I actually brought this little puppet guy to life.
Sure, you did just great. If you do say so yourself.
I do. Kids liked it.
Hey, I saved the day, you know. I made you look good.
No one is disputing your genius, madam. But look, at least I showed, I did it, right? I mean, I'm a busy man, don't have time for puppet shows.
Oh, yes, you do. I scheduled a few more.
Well, you might have to get Greg Fairbanks to help you out.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, he's the new fair-haired boy around here. I might be out of here by then.
You've got to fight for what you want. What do I have to do to encourage you?
You really want to know?
I didn't think Jimmy'd want to come.
I'm surprised, too. He's usually shy.
Well, nobody can resist a party. How you doing?
Hi, Mom. You missed a great puppet show.
A puppet show?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that for me?
Hey, what's going on here? I thought this was supposed to be a party.
You missed a great show, Dr. Marler.
So you're behind this, huh?
Who else?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry I missed it.
You should be.
What's your name?
The name's Orchid Nightingale. Not to be confused with Orchid Nightgown.
Well, we'll try not to confuse it.
I'm a new nurse around here with a new philosophy. You want to hear it?
Definitely. Do I have any choice?
Well, I just feel that it doesn't hurt to have a few laughs in a hospital, right? I mean, just because a kid's sick doesn't mean he can't smile. Maybe have a few laughs once in a while, huh? Yeah.
Sounds like a good philosophy to me.
You bet your booties, Doc.
Why am I talking to a puppet?
You tell me, Mr. MD.
She's really funny.
Yes, I think Miss Parker and her little puppet here have totally flipped out.
Oh, yeah? Bonk. Bonk. Bonk, bonk. Ooh, cake. Bonk.
Yes, Mama?
Oh, honey. Thank God you're home. Here, give me a coat. Dr. Stearns called me. He told me you left the hospital,
Yeah. I'll call him later. I just couldn't stay there, Mom. I felt like everything was just happening too fast, and I needed to get away and think.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Mom, I've got to talk to you.
Honey, you're not sure now, are you?
No, Mom, I'm not sure at all.
Hello.
Alan?
Yes?
I've been waiting for you. Do you know what time it is?
Oh, Hope, I'm sorry.
Is something wrong?
No. I've just been very busy. I didn't realize how late it was.
Do you still want to come?
Of course.
Well, when?
I'll leave now. I'm sorry, darling. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I know Roger has a gun. And I know he's crazy enough to try and kill Ed. Ed tells me to go home. He says, go home to Christina. But I'm not gonna leave. I want to know why he's so angry at Roger. And I tell Ed that Roger said he wants to take Chrissy away from me. Ed says Roger's not going to bother you or anyone else ever again. Now go home.
It's unbelievable, Mike.
Is this the way you remember it?
She remembers every word.
I asked Ed to tell me what's happened. Well, why was Roger so upset? Ed says there's a new witness. Roger says, I'm not going to go to prison. He says no one will believe Rita. No, I don't want to do this.
Now, Holly, now don't be frightened. Now, look, he can't hurt you. Just tell us what happened.
Ed says that Roger raped Rita.
What does Roger say?
He says no one will believe her. He says she asked for it. I feel weird. Like things are closing in on me. I don't want to...
Now, look, Holly, you can see everything very clearly. Now, just tell us what happened.
Roger said, let's get something straight. I am your husband. I have certain rights here. He says, you love him, don't you? He said, I've seen the way you look at him every time he comes to see Christine. He said, why don't you ever look at me that way? I told him, I said, I tried to love you. You wouldn't let me. I just want to get away. I want to leave. And he won't let me. He grabs me.
Holly, he didn't touch you.
Yes, he did.
Holly, Dr. Bauer was there, and he said Roger didn't touch you.
He did. Roger said Rita asked for it. She asked for it. And hit him. And Roger and Ed start fighting. They start fighting like crazy. I told him I wouldn't have married you if I didn't care for you. He says, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, Holly. And he keeps coming at me. I try to get away. He goes for the gun. He says, why don't you look at me like that? Why don't you care for me? But I said it would have worked if you would have let it. And he keeps coming after me. I just want to get out of there. I just want to get away from him. He said, I don't know what he's gonna do. I try to get away, I run, and he keeps coming after me. I said, please. And he kicks him, and he hits him, and he pushes me out of the way, and...
And what do?
I go to get the gun.
Where is it?
It's in the drawer in the desk. I know it's there.
You picked up the gun?
Yes. And Roger says, then you made a big mistake, Bauer. I could kill you and it'll be self-defense. And I point the gun at him. And I don't want him to touch me. I hit him and he hits me back hard. And then we fight. And he comes over to me and he says, you want to try that again? I just want him to calm down. I just want to get out of there. And he comes at me again and goes to get the gun. It's not there. He looks up at me. He says, what the hell are you doing, Holly? It's Ed again, isn't it? You're still protecting Ed. And I point the gun at him. He says, I've seen the way you look at him. He said, well, you're not going to turn me down this time. He said, why don't you ever look at me that way? And my hand is shaking, and he pushes me down, and he keeps coming at me, and I pull the trigger, and again, 3 times. It stops him. He falls down.
Why did you fire the gun?
He was going to rape me again. I couldn't bear that.
Why did you think he was going to rape you?
Because he did it before. And he said the same thing then. You're my wife. You're not going to turn me down.
Ed. Did he say that?
No. I don't understand, Mike. There's some things that she said that are incredibly accurate. I mean, word for word, like a photographic memory. But some of the rest of it just didn't happen at all.
I think it happened. It just didn't happen that night.
Did Roger Thorpe rape you?
Yes.
When? Was it in his office?
No.
Several months before the shooting?
Yes.
Where did it happen?
In my home, where we lived after we got married.
All right, I want you to go back to that day.
No.
Why?
I don't want to remember it. I don't want to remember it.
Now, Holly, I'm going to ask you to find courage to go back to that day so we'll know the truth. So we'll understand what happened and why you did what you did. Now, it's the day Roger raped you. You're alone in the house. Alone with Roger Thorpe. Now, are you in the house, Holly?
Yes.
Do you see him?
Yes.
Now, tell me what he says.
I'm not going to put up with this anymore, Holly.
And what do you do?
I back away. He keeps coming at me. And I ask him to stop. I ask him, please leave me alone. Please, he says, I'm not going to leave you alone. Now, come on. And he grabs me. And I push him. He pushes me down. He's so full of hatred. I beg him to let me go. Stop it. And he...
And then he raped you?
Yeah.
The words he spoke, no, I'm not going to leave you alone. He said that before he raped you? But you heard those words again when you had the gun in your hand before you shot him months later in his office.
Yes, I heard them. He said the same words. I saw his face and his eyes. It was coming at me. I thought it was going to happen again the same way. And I didn't know how to stop it. I couldn't let it happen again. I shot him.
Well, Holly, you told us what we need to know. You helped us understand what happened. Now, I want you to come back. I want you to come back the long corridor with me again. Walk back with me. And when we get down to the end, I want you to remember everything you said, but you won't relive it again. It'll just be a memory. Now, I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, your eyes will open. You'll be awake.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you feel?
All right.
I think we finally understand why you shot Roger Thorpe. Do you remember what you said?
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad it's over with.
Yeah, it's over.
What time do you get off?
I was off 15 minutes ago. Is that an idle question, or what?
No, I was just trying to remember if you liked that Chinese restaurant over on Market Street.
Yeah, I did.
You did, huh? Well, I'm not on duty tonight. How about you?
You're not?
Katie! There you are.
The sound of this. Yes, sir.
Where's your friend Orchid?
Orchid is retired for the evening. Can I help you?
Yes. I want Miss Musgrove prepped for an arteriogram.
Now?
Mm-hmm. We have to run it tonight. I'd ask Orchid, but I think she's a little nuts.
Oh, so true. Who needs Mugu Gai Pan, huh? Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, hi, Jackie. Hi. Yes, he's... Hi, Jessica.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
I want to warn you, I have a problem.
Well, at least you've warned me.
It's about the reports from the shop. I'm going to be a little late this month.
Why is that?
I'm moving.
You're moving where?
I'm moving to Glenville Drive. I bought a condominium.
Just like that. You bought a condominium already.
Well, I have to have someplace to live, right?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be staying in Springfield.
I told you I was.
Well, I know, but...
Well, so why should it be such a big surprise?
I don't know. It's just that after the divorce and everything, I didn't think there was much reason for you to stay here.
Justin, I have friends. I have the shop. I have a lot of things here.
What about Alan?
What about him?
Well, is he the reason you're staying?
Of course not. If you think I have second thoughts about the divorce, believe me, I don't. I don't blame Alan. But our divorce is right. The marriage was a terrible mistake.
You must have loved him when you married him. Maybe you still love him. People don't change their feelings for each other overnight.
Yes, but our feelings were never right.
Interested in someone else?
Blunt, as usual.
Are you?
The only thing I'm interested in now is having something real in my life. What I just went through was not real.
Still seeing Mike?
Once or twice.
You were quite fond of him, as I remember.
Yeah, well, he's had a lot of disappointments, you know. I think he's very lonely now.
Well, dinner will be ready in half an hour.
Good.
If I ask you a question, will you tell me the truth?
Of course.
You'd forgotten about tonight, hadn't you?
No.
Well, it certainly seemed that way when I called you up.
Well, darling, it's just that I've been very busy and I lost all track of time. Forgive me?
Of course.
Good.
Would you like some wine?
Yes, please. Oh, would you mind if I called my exchange?
No, not at all.
It'll only take a minute. Yes, this is Alan Spaulding. Are there any calls for me? No, but I'm expecting an overseas call from a George Sinclair. It's very important. Tell him I can be reached at this number, 555-4047. I want him to call me here. Do you have that? Right. Thank you. Ah, thank you.
Well, you certainly are a busy man.
I'm sorry. You know, I was a little surprised when you called this morning.
Why?
Well, for some reason, I didn't think you wanted me to come here anymore.
Alan, you know it isn't that I didn't want you. You know what it was.
But I'm a free man now. Well, almost.
I was hoping we could talk this evening.
Have you thought about my proposal?
Alan, I still don't understand why you want to marry me.
Because I love you. And I think you love me. In fact, I'm sure of it. I've felt it.
I loved you very much when we were together on the island. That was the happiest time of my life.
We'll be happy again. Why do you doubt it?
It's just things are so different now.
Why? Because we have to hide our feelings? Have to meet in secret?
That's part of it.
What's wrong?
Sometimes when we're together, I don't know you anymore.
Well, I haven't changed.
Are you sure? Is that true, Helen?
Yes. Look, I know that people have told you that I'm trifling with you. But you don't believe them, do you? How can you? I've asked you to marry me. What more can I do?
Excuse me. Hello? Yes. Just a moment, please. It's for you.
Thank you. Hello.
Mr. Spaulding, Arthur Green's plane just landed in New York 20 minutes ago. My man met the plane.
Good. Where's Green now?
Well, I don't know, not yet. My man saw him get off the plane, go through customs, and then, I'm afraid he lost him after that, at least for the moment.
Well, how the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
Well, what kind of an idiot did you put on him?
Mr. Spaulding, the man's experienced. He's always done good work. My guess is that Green suspected he was being followed and...
Damn it, you botched it. I gave you specific orders and you lost him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Spaulding.
Well, as they say, if you want something done right, you better do it yourself.
I've never seen you this angry.
I'm sorry, it's just business. I won't take any more calls tonight.
What's wrong, Alan?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just that the man I knew on the island and the man I knew in Europe, I can't find him anymore.
Honey, where did you go when you left the hospital?
I went to see Pastor Bolin.
Oh, I prayed you would.
He was very kind. He didn't even act shocked when I told him what I did.
Well, I guess you're not the first person who's told him something like that. What did you tell him?
everything. I told him how I've hurt Ed and how confused I am, how I didn't know where to turn. And he said I've got to find a way to live with what I've done and stop hurting myself and Ed. And I told him how guilty I feel. And Mama, he even understood that. He said, well, he just said that I've got to stop punishing myself. And I've got to really look at the way I've been living. I've got to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
And he said I've got to ask myself why I haven't been honest with Ed, especially this last time when I could feel things were changing between us and I wasn't happy with him. And why didn't I tell him? And was it because I didn't want to hurt him, or was I just taking the easy way out again? I've done that too much, Mama. I was just so afraid of losing him. And the pastor said I wouldn't be able to make an intelligent decision about Ed or the baby until I was honest with myself about the things that I had done and why I've done them.
Rita, I'm proud of you. You're not running away from yourself anymore. You're willing to ask yourself these questions. And they're the most important questions you'll ever ask yourself.
We talked for a long time. After I left there, I went over to the old house.
You did? Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to think and felt somehow that might help being there.
Well, the place is pretty run down now, but... Oh, it was a happy place when you and Evie were little.
I know, I remember. I felt so close to Daddy when we were there. I remember how excited we used to get. We'd wait for him to come through that gate after work, and he'd hug us and tell Evie and I how much he loved us. He used to say that Evie and I were the sun and the moon to you two. But that we wouldn't understand that till we grew up and had children of our own. Oh, Mama, I've done so many things that would have made him ashamed of me.
Honey, just remember, he loved you.
I think he could have forgiven me.
Well, I know he would have.
Oh, if I could just forgive myself, maybe things would change. Maybe I'd have the courage and the strength to...
Oh, my Rita.
Can you separate the events in your mind now?
Yes. Somehow I got them all confused. When I found out that Roger had raped Rita, and then with the violence of the two of them fighting, something must have snapped, and I started reliving what happened the night he raped me.
You experienced this so vividly, the terror, the helplessness.
Thank you for talking me into it. I wasn't going to go through with it.
I'm going to request a new trial.
And I'll certainly testify on your behalf.
What do you think the chances are? Well, I think with what Dr. Quinn has established, there certainly should be a chance, I would think. Dan, what do you think?
Well, I certainly think you can get a new trial.
You mean if there's a possibility I could be acquitted? I could go home?
Well, now, I can't promise anything, but I'm certainly hopeful.
Oh, I can't believe it. I could be with my little girl again.
you going to do?
Oh, I'm calling Dr. Stearns.
Hello?
Dr. Stearns? This is Rita Bauer.
Mrs. Bauer, are you all right?
Yes, I'm sorry about leaving the hospital this afternoon.
Where are you?
I'm at my mother's. Dr. Stearns, I just wanted to let you know that I won't be coming back into the hospital again. I've changed my mind. I don't want the abortion. I'm going to have the baby.
I see. Will you be staying in Bluefield?
I don't know.
If so, and if you'd like me to supervise the pregnancy and delivery, just let me know.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh, Rita.
This has been The Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, Stephen Burrows for Cop Ferrat and Barney's.